study of Turkish language and culture here. In the midst of a global recession and budget cuts, it's difficult to guess when that will really begin to flower, but hopefully in 3 or 5 years. I thank you all. Teşekkür.
Thank you, Professor Bradley. Before going on our event, as indicated in the event program, I'd like to invite everyone to get their dinner and to chat with people around you. To keep things in line, we can proceed table by table, starting from tables closer to the dinner buffet. Do not forget to have a sneak peek at our slideshow with beautiful pictures and music from Turkey that was put together for you by our dear friend Jane Gözü. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you. Ferhat çekiyor mu bu? Işığı yanmıyor. He? Ve yazıyor mu? Merhaba. Başladık. Tamam.
Geliyor musun? Tamam, ben de geliyorum.
Friedman to come up to stage and share her expertise and experiences with us, but let me first introduce her to you. Professor Friedman's research interests lie in the areas of urban sociology, immigration, housing policy, and health. Currently, she is studying the extent to which racial and ethnic minorities encounter discriminatory housing practices when inquiring about rental housing via internet. Her recent research also examines the role played by urbanization in influencing overweight and obesity in Turkey. Professor Friedman serves as Associate Director of the Lewis Mumford Center and Public Infrastructure, Co-Director of the Center for Social and Demographic Analysis, and Associate Professor at the University of Albany. She is married to Recai Yücel, a Turkish assistant professor in the Department of Epidemiology and Biostatistics, and they have 2 lovely kids, Eva and Kaan. Professor Friedman's speech is titled Getting to Know Turks and Turkish Culture, An Outsider's Look In. It's a great pleasure to welcome Professor.
Thank you for the very nice introduction. Let me get set up here. Thank you very much for inviting me this evening to give this talk. Please still enjoy your delicious food. Thank you to the Turkish Student Association for putting this wonderful event together. İyi akşamlar, good evening, fellow speakers, colleagues, friends, and guests. Hoş geldiniz. Welcome to Turkish Night. My portion of the program is going to focus really on my own experiences in Turkey and getting to know Turks and Turkish culture as an American. Well, you gave away my You also learn some Turkish language. I'm very, very fortunate, however, to have had this experience in my life. I don't mind being married to a Turkish family, Turkish culture, because most Americans rarely travel abroad, and even fewer spend long lengths of time in another country. Forgive my voice, I'm sorry, I do have a cold. Oh, this works?
You got it.
Turn it on.
That's true. I gotcha. Technology's good when you know how to turn it on. Okay, I like statistics. I am a quantitative sociologist, so one thing that's interesting is that I looked up to find out exactly how many Americans do travel abroad. This slide shows that between 15 and 20% of Americans own passports, but that's really an overestimate of, I'd say, native-born Americans, because many of the people who have the passports are actually foreign-born or immigrants who've actually become U.S. citizens and gotten the passports. According to the American Automobile Association, they do some nice statistics on travel. We see that 25.2 million Americans, or about 8.3% of the U.S. population, traveled abroad in the summer of 2008. So you can see that this is a very small number, and even smaller when you consider people that travel to Turkey. This upcoming summer will be my 5th summer in Turkey, and because of the ease at which my husband and I can work, and because of our research and educational collaborations in Turkey, we usually stay there for about 2 to 3 months at a time. So I really have immersed myself and gotten to know the culture. We spend the majority of our time in Ankara, and at least 2 weeks, however, we do take our tatil and we go to Gülük, a town near Bodrum on the Aegean Sea. We've traveled to other places during our stay: Istanbul, Cappadocia, Pamukkale, and Ephesus. What I'd like to do for you this evening is draw upon my experiences and make some casual observations about what Americans can learn from Turks and what Turks can learn from Americans. In preparing my remarks for tonight, I thought about some of the reactions I've gotten from family, friends, colleagues, and my students when telling them that I was about to spend the summer in Turkey. I've also reflected on comments that some of my Turkish friends have received, and in addition, I often ask people, what do you think about when you visualize the country Turkey, or you hear the country Turkey? Here are some of the reactions. Turkish coffee. Turks are known for Turkish coffee. They're known for their wonderful Turkish baths. Isn't much of Turkey a desert? Don't people ride camels in Turkey? And aren't women's rights very restricted in Turkey? These are some of the observations and reactions that I get. Unfortunately, a large part of this ties into the fact, as I showed earlier, that not a lot of Americans go abroad. Many of you in the audience are Turks and live in the United States. And if Americans ask you such questions, of course you're going to think to yourself, this person is ignorant. But you should view it as a teaching moment, as I do. Everything that is a negative, you got to make a positive and think, I can teach this person something. And in sociology,